So, as a composer, I always try to integrate different musical styles smoothly and musically in my own music compositions to reflect my cultural identity. As an educator, I always try to figure out how to teach students music theory and composition from a cross-cultural perspective. For me, music is no longer East or West, classical or jazz, but all of them together in harmony. So my goal is to break cultural barriers through music. Can Chinese pentatonic melody be properly harmonized? Can Chinese melodic approach and the Western harmonic approach to the pentatonic theory be integrated? The answers to both questions are yes, but how? Okay, let me explain some concepts behind harmonization of Chinese pentatonic melody. Now, these came from my own experience as a composer. First of all, Chinese music is not based on functional harmony. Imposing 2-5-1 progression is arbitrary. Restricted to triads is even worse because interphonic structure of the diatonic pentatonic scale has more fourths and thirds, which suggests quartal harmony instead of the tertian harmony that we're accustomed to. On the other hand, jazz harmonic extension adds colors and enhances the tension, release, and sense of direction implied in a pentatonic melody. Stylistically, a melody-oriented approach is preferred to strengthen the ethnic melodic character of non-Western music, which is not based on functional tonality. However, pentatonic structure is not only limited to the melody, it also applies to the bass and inner voices as well. So we have pentatonic counterpoint. Furthermore, harmony can be generated from the pentatonic counterpoint, which will become the basis of a new jazz composition. Right? But different notes. If you change it smoothly, one at a time, you can end up going to different keys. Pentatonic patterns in 2-5-1 progression. According to Kahn in his pentatonic concepts, chromatic ascending real sequence of pentatonic structure can be presented over 2-5 altered to 1. Below is a pentatonic melody from one of the sequential patterns I created. Underneath is a smooth chromatic descending bass line with tritone substitution for dominant is a flat 2-7. Pentatonic counterpoint. Pentatonic 2-point counterpoint is best in contrary motion. The following example shows tonal implication of F major. Pentatonic 4-part counterpoint. Each voice moves in smooth voice leading within the same scale, which will result in diatonic harmonization. Below is chromatic reharmonization of the same alto voices. You hear the difference? Yeah, which one do you prefer? Do you like the diatonic one or the chromatic one? Chromatic. Yeah, I think so too. It seems to be more colorful. So actually, chromatic descending bass line to harmonize a Chinese melody will work very well. Below is an example of harmonization of a very famous Chinese tune called Moonlit Night on the Spring River. It's a live recording. And it's just one phrase. Was played by the Capital University Faculty Jazz Ensemble with Michael Cox on tenor sax. Pentatonic 12-tone counterpoint is a 12-tone melody with a 12-tone bass. On each line, 3 different pentatonic scales are presented with one common tone as connection. Pentatonic sequence as a major third part. The bass line suggests a 5-1 function in every 2 measures. This counterpoint implies a 12-chord progression. Based on this 12-chord progression, I wrote a new tune. This is a recording.
1, 2, 1. Obviously, I'm not the first person to use pentatonic 12-tone melody. There's a Chinese composer, Zhu Jian'er. He used this pentatonic 12-tone roll in his Symphony No. 7 and No. 10. And below that, there's a very similar 12-tone melody used by Nicholas Slonimsky in his famous Thesaurus for Scales and Melodic Patterns in 1947. This pattern is believed to have influenced Coltrane on his giant steps. Conclusion. Pentatonic structure in folk tradition is melody-oriented. Fluency is the priority of pentatonic melodic structure. Flexible combination of 3 types of pentatonic patterns, pentatonic sequence, real sequence, and modal interchange can ensure melodic smoothness and expand the pentatonic structure beyond 5 notes. Jazz harmony can enhance the mood, color, direction, tension, and release suggested by the pentatonic melody. Chord changes based on smooth voice leading may comprise a combination of functional and non-functional harmony. Pentatonic counterpoint can generate different sets of harmonic progression. Pentatonic 12-tone counterpoint with implied chord changes can become the foundation of new jazz compositions. New melody generated from the chord progression based on the pentatonic 12-tone counterpoint may also involve various pentatonic patterns. This is the ultimate balance between melody and harmony within the pentatonic structure. By incorporating sensitive design of rhythm, timbre, and texture, a musical hybrid cross-cultural integration of Chinese music and jazz can be realized. Effective pedagogy of pentatonic structure would be beneficial to music students, performers, arrangers, composers, and music educators. This is the end of my presentation.